Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to today's English lesson for grade 10, unit 9. In the previous episodes, we learned about technology, how are they going to be developed, and how helpful they are going to be in medicine. Today, we're going to learn something different. We're going to learn about money. Yes, you heard me correctly, money. We use it every day, don't we? We use it to pay for our coffee, we use it to pay for our groceries, and even we pay for gasoline for our vehicles and cars. Today we're going through some vocabulary items that will be new to you and some set book questions that will help you understand the lesson. So let's get into it. Here are some tips first for the set book questions. Make sure to read all the questions carefully. Number 2, remember that the questions are of general nature. So you can use your background knowledge and textbook information. Write full, meaningful sentences. Don't write short sentences. You need to provide 2 causes, reasons, or effects if the question asks so. Pay attention to handwriting and your spelling because we don't want you to lose some marks for those. Revise your answers before you hand in your exam paper. Now let's get into it. Bank managers. It's something new to you, I know that. But let's go through the questions in order to get our mind thinking. What subject should you study to help you become a bank manager? Do you study English? Maybe. Do you study about money and finance? Could be. We'll see together in a few. What qualities should a bank manager have to be successful in his job? Maybe leadership, maybe respect, patience. What's your opinion of money? Is it a good thing or a bad thing? Does it cause evil or does it lead to good? And how do you usually pay for things you buy? Is it by cash, by credit, or by check? Usually we use credit cards or cash. Now, how did people pay for their things before the invention of money? If you go back in the past, was it gold or was it something else? People used to barter with shells, animals, and corn before the invention of money. What does barter mean? If you look at the images, you can get the idea of what this vocabulary item means. It means to exchange goods or services for other goods or services without using money. We have a different word for it, exchange. It has the same meaning, but a different word. For example, if you look at the image on the left, the farmer bartered some of his vegetables for eggs and milk. They exchanged goods. Now, what about the subjects? What should bank managers study to help him in his job? Well, first of all, they need to study economics and accounting. There are very big words, right? Let's see what they mean. We have the first word here, economics, which is a noun. It means relating to trade, industry, and the management of money. For example, economics is the study of how countries produce and distribute products and services and how they make money. What about accounting? It's also a noun. It means the action or process of keeping financial accounts. For example, accounting is keeping records of the money a person or a company receives or spends. So you have something to track. How much are you spending and how much are you saving or receiving? A bank manager should study business management. What does it mean? Well, let's split it up. We have the word management. It's a noun. It means the process of dealing with or controlling things or people. For example, the business failed because of its poor management. A bank manager should also study computer science. This is a word that is very important in business and when dealing in money, which is called confidentiality. It is a noun. It means being confidential or keeping private information a secret. There's a different word for it, or there is another word that has the same meaning. It's called privacy, something you keep a secret. For example, bank employees must be trustworthy and respect confidentiality, the secrets of their clients. What are the qualities of a good bank manager? Well, a bank manager needs good communication skills. People need to feel comfortable around a bank manager, so he should know how to interact with different people. A bank manager must demonstrate leadership qualities and motivate staff to meet targets. That means he shows them the way on how to achieve their goals. A bank manager must be able to handle a lot of complex information, difficult information, including monitoring accounts, loans, and investments. Now, what are the underlined words? You guessed it, there are new vocabulary items. What does loan mean? It's a sum of or amount of money that you borrow from a bank because you need it and that you have to pay back. For example, I had to take out a loan to buy a new car. This is something we do every time after we get a first job. We buy a car by getting a loan. Number two, we have the word invest. This is the action, the verb. It means to put money in something, such as business, to make a profit or to make more money. For example, Badr wants to invest all his money in a new company. What about the word investment? This is a noun. It means putting money into something to make a profit. For example, the government's investment will create many jobs. Them giving businesses money will create many jobs for other people. The project needs an investment of $20 million. It needs to receive that much money. We have the next word, which is also about financing or bank management, which is called insurance. What is insurance? It's a noun, an agreement with a company in which you pay a small amount of money, and if you have an accident or an injury or you lose property, the company pays you the cost. It pays you some of the costs. For example, I had an accident and my car was damaged, so what do? The insurance company paid me 30 KD for the damaged car. This is what we call insurance. We finished some vocabulary items. Now let's see if you can figure out how to answer the following questions. From A, B, C, and D, choose the most suitable word that best completes each of the following sentences. Sarah got a bank, blank, to rent a small workshop. So Sarah wants to rent a small workshop. She went to a bank. What did she do at the bank? She took a loan. Excellent job. Sarah got a bank loan. Here's sentence number 2. In the past, people used to blank for horses with salt. Again, right now we are using money to pay for things. But like we said, in the past, people did something different. They exchanged. What is another word for exchange? Is it barter, draw, invest, or innovate? I'll give you a few seconds. I think you can find the answer. The answer is excellent job. It's barter. Well done. A doctor keeping a patient's information secret is a form of, so a doctor that has a patient and is keeping his patient's information secret. This is considered what? Economics, accounting, management, or confidentiality. I think you can figure out this one. Confidentiality. Excellent job. Well done. Let's continue. Why shouldn't money be an end in itself, but a means to higher values? Well, we need money to buy all what we need. However, money can't buy health, friendship, happiness, or love. What about this figure of speech? What does money talks mean? It's very different, right? Very weird. Money doesn't usually talk. It's an object. So it's a figure of speech. What do you think it means? It means that money can control our lives and forces us to accept certain choices. Here is another word that is involved in money and bank management. Transaction. It's a noun. It means an example of buying or selling something. For example, the cashier asked the customer if she wanted a receipt for her transaction, a transaction that has you paying and them selling. We have another word which is complimentary. It's an adjective, something given for free. For example, the hotel offers a complimentary breakfast that is free of charge for any guest that books a room. Or, when you go to restaurants, some of them give you complimentary bread. The next word is login. Again, if you have a bank account, you should know what this word means in a way. Login here is a noun. It means a name that you enter on the screen of the computer or any other device to start using it. For example, I can't access my email. I am not able to enter the correct login. The next word or vocabulary item is tax. It's also about money. It is a noun. It means money that you pay to the government, which is used to provide public services for people. For example, Kuwaiti citizens don't pay taxes. People in the US, for example, they pay taxes. Or in the United Arab Emirates, they also pay taxes. What about the word affluent? It's an adjective. It means having a great deal of money, rich, wealthy. Another antonym, or let's say the opposite of the word affluent or rich, is poor. So affluent also means rich. For example, people in Africa are not as affluent as people in Europe. They are not as rich as people in Europe. How should affluent people help the poor? How should the rich help those in need? One, they should give them a hand to live normally, a decent life. Two, they should give them money, food, and clothes. These are some of the things that we do here in Kuwait. Three, they should provide them with decent jobs, jobs that can allow them to live based on a good amount of salary. Next we have is evil. Some people say that money is a cause of evil, or it leads to evil. What does it mean? Evil means doing something very bad or harmful. It is also the opposite of good. Another word for evil is bad. The opposite of evil is good. For example, parents and schools should teach children to do good and not evil. For example, like hitting another student. That is a form of evil. The next word is generosity, which is a noun. The quality of being generous and sharing. Or when you give someone a lot of help or money and support to people in need. Another meaning for generosity is kindness. For example, we Arabs are known for our generosity and hospitality. Whenever a guest arrives, we usually have a coffee ready and some dates. The next word is sense. It's also a noun. One of the possible meanings of a word, phrase, or expression. For example, sometimes a word can have more than one sense, more than one meaning. And we have the expression in this sense. What does it mean? A way in which an expression or situation can be understood or interpreted. For example, I thought the meaning was incorrect, but in this sense, in this expression, it is correct. Here is the word spur. It is a verb. It means if something spurs you to do another thing. It means it encourages you. This book, for example, spurs the child's imagination. It encourages the child to use his imagination. Now, in your opinion, why do some people think that the love of money is sometimes the root of evil? Why does it cause, or people think that it causes evil? Money sometimes spurs criminal behavior. You can see people on the news, they go steal money from some certain banks. It can lead to wars among countries and cause problems among people, and this is true as well. Why is money management necessary in our lives? Because we should spend our money wisely, and we must buy what we need only and not what we want. There is a difference between a need and a want. Here is some vocabulary tasks to finish off the lesson. We have generosity, tax, spurs, complementary, affluent, and then login. In many countries, citizens have to pay a yearly blank from their income. Again, we use an example. We don't do this in Kuwait. So what is it exactly they take away from their income? It is tax. Well done. You have been paying attention. That's a good thing. We have sentence number 2. It is unsafe to share your bank blank information with others. What do you think this answer is? Is it generosity, spurs, complementary, affluent, or login? I gave you a hint. It is login. Well done. Good job. Sentence number 3. Many restaurants offer blank bread when you order soup. Some restaurants do this. They give it to us for free. So the word is complementary. Well done. Some people think that money, blank, criminal behavior. This is an evil act. So what do you think it does? It encourages evil, doesn't it? I gave you a hint again. So you should know the answer. It is spurs. Well done. For the last sentence, Sarah's dressing style clearly shows that she belongs to a or an blank family. So the way she dresses is what? It means that she comes from an affluent family. Well done. So this is what we did for today. We used some new vocabulary items and sentences, and we learned how to answer some set book questions. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.